It's Thursday, July the 16th. This is on the trail day 34. This is where I got my hammock set up last night. Right here between the two trees. Shelter's over there. The tent camper is gone already. So I'm about to probably going to eat some oatmeal this morning. Get everything taken down and get started. It is 9 o'clock, so hopefully by 10 or a little after, and then we're going to try to knock out a 13-mile day. They have the shelters real close together, so we'll end up skipping 2 shelters and staying at the 3rd one, and that's the plan anyway. We'll just see how the terrain goes between here and there. So we are back to the AT. That way was to the shelter, and this way is north. According to the mileages in AWOL, we're at 301.2 miles. I took a couple of blue blazes, so it may be just under, or a little over that. But either way, we'll go with it. We're at 300 miles in. It is 11:30. I uploaded day 31, 32, so the wife can edit those and get them out. So I'm leaving a little later than I planned, but it'll be alright. So I had 2 packets of maple brown sugar oatmeal, added in a handful of raisins and 2 spoons of honey. So had a good breakfast. Had my cup of some of that GNC, well, not GNC, I got it at GNC, but the muscle recovery tea with the BCAAs and all that good stuff. And then drank some more water. So I'm feeling pretty good this morning. I'm confident we can get that 13 miles in. It doesn't look like there's a couple of climbs, but nothing strenuous, it seems. But the elevation chart can be quite deceiving sometimes. But we'll hike to where we hike. The averages so far, mileage-wise, for the 33 days I've been hiking is 9.12 something miles per day. So that's not too bad for the first month. I expect to see an increase in that, especially as it starts getting colder. That'll motivate me to get up and moving in the morning. Yeah, because you'll be cold just sitting around. There's a couple of fire towers and stuff along our trek today, so we'll make sure to check those out. And it's just supposed to be in the 70s and cloudy, so sounds like a great day for hiking. So we made it to the pavilion. Had a good view. I stopped for about 5 minutes. I don't know, about 0.2 miles ago on a rock. If I'd have known I was this close, I'd have kept on going. But it is 12:45, and this pavilion's like 2.5 miles from where we camped. So even with some uphill, I'm making good time today. It's a little overgrown, so kind of obstructs the view over here. But It says no camping here, but this would have been an awesome place to put up my hammock. Yeah. I'm going to take the pack off, sit out on this bench, maybe eat a Snickers or something. Oh, break time's over. It is 1:25. This is Sunrise Mountain was the name of it. So it's the pavilion at the top of Sunrise Mountain. And the trail goes back down over here. So this is the highest point of our hike today. There's a few hills in the elevation profile, but that's all they are, is hills. To be honest, I had some steep climbs here or there, but I have yet to actually climb a mountain in the entire 300 something miles. But they're coming. But making good time, so if I'd have gotten up early this morning, I could have probably pushed on past High Point, got into Unionville, New York, but that's alright. We'll get there when we get there. And who knows, if the trail stays like this, we may get there anyway. That's kind of funny. That could be defaced a little bit further, but maybe whoever did it has no preference. Oh, the trail's being wonderful today. The weather's spectacular. The terrain's smooth and flowy. I'd have to say this is one of the best days as far as hiking goes yet. Wonder what that used to be. No telling. Could have been a little pond. Or doesn't really look like a wall. I don't know. Who knows why people do what people do. I'm sure there was reasoning behind it once upon a time. Now that looks more like what they call a hog wall. So maybe 100 years ago it connected and the ground wasn't backfilled behind it. We'll go with that anyway. So I don't know how to say the name of this shelter. It's Mary Pong or something, I don't know. But it was a trail maintenance guy here, and I'm putting fresh jugs of water in the bear box. And good cold well water. I'm having the Snickers that I didn't eat earlier. I had a blueberry Nutri-Grain bar. Anyway, check this out. It kind of looks like it was just a black snake, but big old snake shed right here at the shelter. Yeah. So if you're ever here sleeping in the shelter, think about that. We may not have any mice problems here though. So we get a pipeline view here. It wasn't listed on the A wall, but it's here nonetheless. Not too bad. And there's nothing to really see the other way, so. Well, that kind of complicates things a little bit. Oh, got stung in the side of the foot by a bald-faced hornet. I just trucking along and sting. Oh. Whew. Alright. I'm going to stop up here and take the pack off and address that. Woo, it hurts. I'm not usually allergic to bee stings, but on the side of the left foot, nonetheless. Yeah, they're dirty hiker feet. I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. You see that? That little jackass. And then, I say a bald-faced hornet, I don't know, it was like a black and white striped bee. But I'm sitting here getting the sting relief out, and another one comes by and nails me right there on the hand. And I'm like 50 feet away from where the first one got me. Anyway, I'm going to put this on it, see how that goes. I'll put the sting stuff on it. And it still hurts like hell, but I think I'll survive. Oh. I have been stung by like wasps and yellow jackets before that swelled up pretty good. So we'll see. My foot might get twice the size it is. But was having a good day. It was perfect weather. It was making decent miles. The terrain was wonderful. There's always something out there that's going to piss in your parade, I tell you. Well, we'll get the shoe back on and back to trucking. And yeah, I know if I'd been wearing regular shoes, he might not have stung me in the foot, but he'd have got me in the leg, the back of the neck, somewhere. So it is what it is. I had another one fly by my face just a second ago, so I slowly got my stuff packed back up. I'm doing like Elmer Fudd. I'm going to be very, very quiet and try to get away from this spot. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely making walking a little more difficult. Oh. We're not too far from the second shelter. Less than a mile, I do believe. We'll see how this goes. It may stop there instead of making it onto the third one. It's 5 o'clock. Ooh, man. Yeah, I was just walking along. All of a sudden had this really sharp pain in my foot. And I probably took like 2 steps before I could stop and lift my pants leg up and look down. I thought, you know, maybe a snake or something. I'm paranoid about that. You know, all these rocks and crap you walk by. A snake just nailing you from under a rock. Anyway, I lift my pants leg up and that little bastard was right there on my foot, just nailing me. So I knocked it away with the trekking pole and then went like another 40 feet up around the corner. It's like if they got a nest over there, I don't want to hang out close to it. And then, yeah, I was digging out the sting relief and either the same one or another one landed right on my glove. And he nailed me just before I could smack it. I'm not sure I killed it. I didn't see it laying around anywhere, but it got off of me anyway. Whew. But this is the real Appalachian Trail, folks. Unfortunately, no rainbows and unicorns. Oh. At least the trail's nice. Yeah, it's making for some slow going. Just scared a deer. Oh, every step killing the left foot, and try to relieve the pressure with the trekking pole. It makes my left hand hurt. Oh, that little jackass. Maybe it ripped the stinger out. A frog will have him for dinner. I'll survive, but he won't. So I had thought about going to the hidden shelter, which is between this next one and the high point, from what I've been told. I had heard about it from a southbound hiker that stayed at the hostel, Lisa's Hostel in Bowling Springs with me. But I had forgotten until the trail maintenance guy back at the other shelter told me about it. And they have showers, and I think there's a donkey that lives there. And the caretaker's a previous thru hiker. So I may look into that and see if I can't hobble my way on there. I don't know if they'd let me take a zero there or not. There's another hostel if I can get out to the highway. It does free shuttles if you stay the night. So when I get to the shelter up there, I'm gonna think about my options. I was pretty tired the other day and was thinking about taking a day off, but then I got some good sleep. And then today I made sure I had a good breakfast and put some snacks and stuff out to eat along the way. So I was going to make it to like another 2 days and stop at a town in New York, but things have changed. Alright, so I made it to the Rutherford shelter. I'm going to check in my AWOL guide and see what I can find, because I think if I can make it to Highway 23, I can get a ride into a hostel. My foot still is on fire, but my pace is starting to pick up just a little, so I'm going to call and see if they have any accommodations and maybe get them to pick me up at the highway. It says they offer shuttles, just in case I get up tomorrow with a foot the size of my head. Alright, as luck would have it, I have no cell service here. I've had it 90% of Pennsylvania and all of New Jersey. And one time I need to make a phone call. So I'm going to keep going while I can walk, just in case. The hidden shelter is not too far up through here. And then if I can get cell service, I will call that hostile Mosies. I know they're open because a guy ahead of me said the other day he was going to stay there, but they were full that night. But I would assume from the lack of hikers I've been seeing the last day or two, that would not be the case tonight. So I'm like 2 miles from New Jersey 23. It's 6 o'clock. Normally I could be there by 7 or a little after, but I am walking a little better, so maybe. It still hurts to step on, but I guess by this point my body's like grin and bear it. One of my hands not too bad. I mean, it's sore, but he got me good on the foot. I think it's supposed to be thunderstorms tomorrow anyway, so I mean, I know I can't avoid all the thunderstorms, but hiking in the rain's miserable. So I'll avoid the ones I can. So I got up on top of the mountain, north of the Rutherford shelter, called the Mosley's Hostel, and the lady said they were full. I told the guy the other day they were full. They may be, I don't know. But either way, so we got the hidden shelter up here not too far. It has a bunkhouse and showers, and it's free, I think. So that's what I'm gonna go for. Since it's closer than that other shelter is. But if by chance they're full, I'll do what I gotta do and get on to the other one. It is what it is. I'm walking on it a little bit better, but it still hurts pretty bad. I tell you, my other ankle been feeling good all day. The one that's been bothering me so much with all the Pennsylvania rocks. And life goes on. Got a little bit of a view here. There's a blue arrow on that rock there. So you could probably go around that way, but I'm not going to do that. Not with my screaming foot. Alright. Well, north we shall push. I'm walking a little bit better, but it still hurts. It's a nice view. And a nice drop. A pretty lake over there. I don't know if this is the view spot on AWOL or if the one we was at before is a view spot on AWOL, but either way, it's a view spot. It's getting cloudy, like it might rain now. But they don't look like they're thick clouds, so I don't think we're going to get any rain. Oh. Oh. So New Jersey's going to sting me with bees and then throw this garbage at me. Yeah. Ooh. I see how you're going to be, New Jersey. But that's alright. I'll walk right out of you like I did Pennsylvania. Of course, I'm not going to tempt you to do worse. So, yeah, we got to climb down this. I'm a little bit south of High Point State Park. Oh. So, and then the shelter's a little ways on the other side of that. My foot does still hurt, but I am able to walk on it a little better than I was initially. So I think it'll be alright. So if I can walk down all that, I guess I'll be okay. So I'll get to the park and then check out the weather and some other options. It's 7 o'clock, so I'm running a little behind. It'll probably be dark before I get to the shelter. But that's alright. That's why I carry a headlamp and an extra set of batteries. I don't like getting there after dark. Sometimes you can't control it. Well, yeah, I guess if I'd have gotten up and gotten out earlier, you know, maybe not have got stung by a bee. Would have got there earlier in the day. It would have been a wonderful day. But then that would take the fun out of it. If we can't have that, we gotta have our daily dose of fun. So, yeah, the sting site itself is still a little tender, but overall it's tolerable. As long as the terrain stays good. Watch this. Super rocky is not what I got in mind of good, but it's still better than Pennsylvania rocks. Okay, so we come down that hill climb. Had a short flat section, and now I got to go up this. But I can see daylight right there to the top. So it's not steep. Well, it's steep, but it's not long. Gotta just check the weather. It's like 80% chance of rain tonight, and 60% chance tomorrow. So when I get up here to the highway, there's a hotel in Port Jarvis. that says they do shuttles. Now, that could be pre-COVID-19, and they no longer do shuttles. So, I don't know. I might call them and see. I don't really want to pay their $100 a night, but it is what it is. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I don't know. The foot's feeling a little better. I mean, it's tender, but we'll just see how it's doing here in a little bit after all this junk. So the trail, that's the way we just came from. The trail has gotten much better, which my foot is thankful. Oh boy. So I think I'm getting close to the Highway 23. It's kind of a cool rock face. So in the meantime, we're just trucking along. It's 7:40. I'm afraid if I call the hotel, well, for one, I hate paying $100 a night and getting there at like 9 p.m. It feels like half your time in there is wasted. I mean, but unless I had 2 nights, but then you're talking $200, which that's not unaffordable, but if all I'm doing is taking a shower and sleeping, I prefer the low budget and spend that other money on something else. So this is the headquarters for High Point State Park. Like a mile and a half from the shelter, and the elevation shows one little uphill and then some downhill. So I suppose it's 8 o'clock, so I will just press on to the shelter. I think my foot will be alright. And it's not too far. It's like downhill from the shelter into town, Unionville, I think, tomorrow. So if I need to get somewhere, then I'll do that then. But for now, we're back on trail. So after climbing a bunch of rocks, I didn't film because I figured it's probably too dark in the trees. We have this. The tallest peak in New Jersey. So we made it to High Point Shelter, and it's right at 9 o'clock, so we made it to our destination, bee stings and all.